Hi hand balancers, I would love to share this drill with you, which was an extremely useful learning tool for me when I was learning to handstand that is focused on learning to roll and wrist and hand intelligence. Let's go! Now I will introduce to you the key points about what I would like you to focus on during this drill, and later I'll show you the video that will hopefully explain what I mean. The first thing I really want you to focus on is the underbalance, and what I mean by that is that I want you to feel the weight in the heel of your hand first. This is the first part of your hand that will actually take the weight of your body as you try and go up into the air. And what I want you to do is always try and underbalance at first, and little by little we're going to build it up so that your weight slowly starts to shift to the center and then towards the front of your hand. But we're going to do that by using our hand intelligence that we're developing to pull us into place. What we're not going to do is arch over, we're not going to use our hips, we're not going to use our legs. None of those are going to be involved in the first part of these drills. So I always want you to just go up a little bit. You don't have to make it into the handstand, and I want you to come back down. The next thing I want you to try is actually to completely relax everything. We're going to focus on your wrist and your hands, but we are not going to squeeze the glutes. We're not going to point the toes. We're not going to tighten the shoulders. We're actually going to be relaxed as we smoothly roll into the motion that we're trying to get to. I hear a lot of people say that they have really tight shoulders or closed shoulders. Well, one of the things that we experience when we're trying to go up into a handstand is that we're trying too hard. We're actually extending everything really fast. We're tightening everything, trying to have a nice line. And what you really need to do is actually relax your body up above, let your hands and your wrist feel what's happening, and try and pull your body into the right position. When we allow our hands and our wrists to take over, then we actually tell the rest of our body, hey, you can chill out, you can relax, you cannot block me in this motion, and I can do some of the work for you. What I see happen a lot is that people think that they have closed shoulders when in reality they're actually just closing their body off at the wrong time. I see this extension happen too early, or the stiffening and the tightening and the pushing too early. So it's all about timing. It's all about understanding where your handstand line and your weight needs to be over your hands, and then engaging the muscles at the right time. We're only tucking up part way because we're building strength in our wrists, but we're also building intelligence. Tucking up part way and gradually adding on is a really good way for you to understand where your body is as it's moving. Every time we kick up really hard and have to block with our fingers because we're going to fall over, if we arch too hard, or we use our legs to make the movement happen at the end, we're actually cheating ourselves the opportunity to let our hands understand where the stack truly is. And we're also just guessing where the handstand is, rather than knowing this is my line and this is where I want to go. Do not back arch. I repeat, do not back arch. We are doing a drill here. That means you have to be tough on yourself. Take a video and look from the side. Are you using your legs? Are you tilting your pelvis? What are you doing to actually make the handstand happen? And if you are cheating yourself this moment, you're taking away from the long-term learning goal that you'll need to understand what wrist intelligence is. And my final and most important point is stay true to the drill. If you're really wanting to drill this out and you're really wanting to use this as an opportunity to grow and learn something different or new about your handstand, take videos, ask a friend to look, repeat the drill, and really focus in that moment on what you're feeling and what you're using to get into the handstand. You're going to see me do some underbalancing here. I'm kicking up. I'm not trying to make it. I'm just trying to feel where that weight is in my hands. In this one, you can see that I go up. I hit a pretty good line, but it's not quite enough. My hands haven't gotten up to the point where I can actually hold it. This video has a great example of what it means to find your line and then make a leg choice. So I go up and I almost hit my line, but then because I'm not quite there, I stop what I'm doing with my legs. I allow my fingers to pull me forward and my heel of my hand to push me forward. I find my line, and then I'm allowed to raise my knees up, and from there I could make a leg choice to straddle or to extend. Guess what I'm doing wrong here? It's a back arch. No! Because I flung myself into this position, I had to use my fingers to block, and then I was in this super weird hand balance where actually I didn't understand where the weight was. If I were to extend my legs at that moment, my legs would have been so far over my head, I wouldn't have been able to hold it unless I was in what they call a Mexican handstand. So we're just going to compare the two side by side. In the first one, I obviously used my hips to get over. In the second one, I used my hand and wrist intelligence. Yay! Let's see the good one again. We're going to see that there's no change in the angle of my shoulder, but there's just a slight movement forward of my entire body back over my hands, which is the stack for my handstand. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I am now going to share with you a regimen that you're free to take with you if you want to try and work this method. If you don't, it's totally fine. Everyone does handstands in different ways, but if you'd like to follow, this is something similar that I did. I was a little bit more intense about it. I wasn't doing acro at the time, and Hobbs wasn't in town, so I just did handstands all the time. I did it really strongly for 30 days, sometimes an hour at a time, and it really transformed my handstand. I hope this is helpful, and if you have any questions, please reach out.